Hey everybody, just trying to go live here, and oddly enough, I cannot see myself. I'm just getting a black screen, so give me a second. If you can see my face, can you please send me a little message saying, hey, I can see your face, because this is really weird. I'm just getting a black screen. I'm going to wait a second and see if anybody's on here and can see me while I try to figure out where my face went. Okay, well, I'm just going to talk for a little bit, and I'm going to hope that you can see me. If not, I'm going to hope that you can hear me. If you hop on here and can see me or hear me on my live, please put a comment so that I know that you are here. As it is right now, I don't see anybody, but I'm still going to tell you guys some things, and you can watch this later. So, if you're on my VIP page, you know that I recently joined Usborne Books and More. It's been a lifelong dream of mine to sell books, to have a bookstore, to work around books, to be surrounded by books. It's one of the reasons I became an English teacher and not an elementary teacher or a history teacher. Excuse me, but this dream to share books and literature with and knowledge with other people led me to Usborne Books and More. Sean Kennelty has been a friend of mine for a long time, and she has patiently been waiting for me to be ready to do this. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about Usborne, and feel free to ask me questions at any time. This VIP page is going to be the place to find me quickly and easily at any time. So, Usborne Books and More. If you're not familiar with our company, we have books for babies all the way up to adults. So baby books, we have board books. I have more books coming in the next week and a half. We have activity books. We have write on, wipe off books. I just ordered one yesterday of first words. So your preschooler or kindergartner can take this book and they can trace the words. And when they're done, you can wipe it off and they can start all over again. There's dot to dots. There's all kinds of activity books. Maybe you're thinking, well, I have teenagers, or I have middle school students. I have reluctant readers. So do I. My boys are now 22, 18, almost 16. He'll be 16 in 19 days. And 14. And two of those four boys have always been reluctant readers. But I've managed to find books through Usborne that have encouraged them to read. I'm going to show you those right now. We have several series, but some of my favorites, this one is the Mapmaker Chronicles. This is actually the third book, but in this, it's kind of, it's like a pirate book almost, the series. This young boy and two other another young boy and a young girl are basically captain's assistants on these ships, and they have to solve this mystery and stop these people from doing all kinds of horrible things. It's very fast paced. You finish the first book and you're waiting for the second. You're like, can I start it now? The Impossible Quest. This is another adventure one, but this is a little bit more fantasy sci-fi. There are 5 books in this one. And this is actually the first book. And I have somewhere here the second book. This is a 5-book series, and this is actually my next on my to-read list because I haven't been through this series yet. The Sword of Kuromari is set in Japan, and it's kind of a futuristic motorcycle ninjas and demons. So this is another fantasy one, but it's a more realistic fantasy series. I believe there are 3 books in this series. So there's a series called Extreme Adventures, and each one features a different animal that the character has to escape from, like snakes and stuff like that. That one is a very realistic series. My second son, when he was in middle school, had to read as part of his English grade, and he hated to read. It was hard for him, and he just never enjoyed it. He's not into sci-fi. He's not into fantasy. The Extreme Adventures books were what kept him going. Um, but we also have nonfiction books, space, bugs, dinosaurs, all kinds of great nonfiction books for all ages. And then I found this series too. For those of you who have writers, this is the Creative Writer's Handbook. And you can see it's very bright and colorful. It gives lots of ideas on where to start and how to make your writing better. And to go along with that is the Story Writer's Ideas Journal. So if you have a kid, my third son, who likes to write and has all these ideas in their head, this is a good way for them to get them down. You can see in this one, it gives you an idea, and then it gives you lots of space to write about that. So whether they're, just jotting down their thoughts for the day or planning the next story that they want to read, this one has lots and lots of space in it. And for the older crowd, adults, teenagers, these coloring books are amazing. Okay, so this is the inspirational quotes, proverbs from around the world, literary quotes, and my favorite quotes from Shakespeare. If you can see this, the pictures are beautiful, and these will keep you or your teen entertained for a long time. I have some ripped out because I've colored them and given them to different people. But we also I have so many more books coming next week, you guys. I had my launch party this past week, and I had 7 orders, $264 retail, which earned normally that would be $40 free books and $50 in half price books. So that's like, depending on what you're looking for, those novels are $4.99 and $5.99 a piece. So you can really, you could get like 7 or 8 novels with that one party. This is also a great way to build a classroom if you're a teacher, or if you know somebody who is a teacher, to build your classroom library. You can have an online party, and then use those rewards to build your personal library in your classroom. So what I'm going to ask you today, if you've made it this far through the video, I'm looking for hosts to have a Facebook party. It's pretty easy. All you have to do is invite your friends, send a couple messages, and then once the party starts, you comment on the party while you're making your wish list, and I do the rest. So if you are interested in purchasing any books, I will put my my e-commerce site in the comments. If you are interested in hosting, please message me. If you know of somebody who has little kids, big kids, kids in between, or just who likes books, give them a shout out, invite them to my VIP page. Over the next couple weeks, I'm going to be focusing on different books, different age levels, all the things that we have available, the activity books, sticker books, 101 Things books. We have so much to offer, and I will be focusing on those over the next couple weeks. So if you have any questions, give me a shout out anytime. I am here to help, and make sure you invite your friends to the VIP page. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.